Welcome. I'm Jamie Pittman, Director of Student Development for the Rawls Career Management Center. In this video, we're going to talk about elevator pitch. I bet you've heard the term elevator pitch before and have often wondered what exactly is an elevator pitch. So that's what we're going to cover today. I'm going to go into the definition of an elevator pitch and how you can create your own elevator pitch that you can feel confident in using when you are introducing yourself. It's intended for you to have a way to introduce yourself in like a networking situation or possibly even a career fair. It's a way for you to describe who you are. What do you bring to the table? What do you have to offer? What value do you bring to any organization that you're a part of or any team that you are a part of? It also gives you the opportunity to talk about what you're looking for. And this may change over time. So your elevator pitch is going to be something that you will continually evaluate and make changes to as you go through your college career and even beyond. The 5 C's of an effective pitch are it should be concise. So you definitely don't want to go into any rambling where you're just talking and talking and talking about yourself. The person that you're introducing yourself to is going to lose interest if you do that. So you definitely want to have it crafted ahead of time, and it needs to be concise and to the point. You definitely want to be able to deliver your elevator pitch in a clear way. So that's going to take practice. It's going to take you taking time to not only craft it, but to be able to practice it over and over so that when you are using it and introducing yourself, you feel confident in that. You want it to be consistent. So you don't want to say one thing about yourself and then 3 or 4 lines down, you are totally contradicting something you said in the beginning. You want it to be conversational. So this is something to keep in mind as you are practicing your pitch. You want to sound like you're having a conversation with someone. So this is going to be the reason why you're going to want to practice. So it does not sound like you are giving a rehearsed speech or you don't want to sound robotic. So the more you practice your pitch with whether you do it in a mirror or doing it with other people, you're going to want to work on it sounding and conversational. And you're going to want it to feel conversational as well to you. And then lastly, it needs to be customized. That's the whole point of an elevator pitch is you're talking about yourself. So obviously it's going to be customized to what you bring to the table and what you're looking for. So let's get into what are some ways to craft your elevator pitch. Well, first the whole thing is an introduction, but first you're introducing yourself. So you always want to say your name. I think it's great information to also say where you're from. You don't have to include that, but I think it's interesting information. And you never know when just including where you're from is going to help you make a certain connection with someone, or it's even going to give them maybe a way to remember you. You want to go ahead and say your major and then your expected graduation date. So when you are, especially at a career fair situation, the recruiters are wanting to know right away. They're wanting to know what are you looking for? Are you looking for an internship or are you looking for a full-time role? So when you give them your expected graduation date, that tells them right away, okay, this person's in line for an internship or this person will be graduating soon, so they're probably looking for full-time. So just make it a habit of going ahead and getting that information in there. If you're in a networking situation and you're not talking to employers, you're just meeting someone, then obviously you would leave that part out. But when you're talking to or meeting peers, it's also great to put your major and expected graduation date in your pitch because it gives them a chance to know, are you around the same classification or, just interesting information for peers. Next, you can go ahead and add in any relevant experience. Okay, so are you currently working? Or where have you worked in the past? Have you had an internship? If so, what was it? If you haven't, that's okay. What kind of part-time work are you currently doing or have done in the past? And it may not seem like it's relevant part-time work, but if you have gone to any of our workshops, you will hear us talking about transferable skills. And these are skills that you're building even in your part-time work that are going to be transferable into your future internships and full-time opportunities. So yes, a lot of times that part-time work can be considered relevant when you are looking at the transferable skills that you've built. Then if you wanted to, you could go into any leadership roles, either current or past roles, or you could talk about leadership roles that you're hoping to get in the future. A lot of times students are concerned that they don't have leadership to talk about or to put on their resume. But if you have not had any in the past or currently do not have any, then you can always talk about future, about what you're hoping to gain in leadership. And it's not always that you are president or vice president of some sort of student organization. There's lots of ways to show leadership. So think outside the box when you're thinking about some leadership experience that you have, but I think it's always great to add that into the elevator pitch. One main reason is because a lot of employers are looking for you to have leadership experience. Next, you could go into your student involvement. What are you involved in on campus? This helps other people to see, oh, I'm involved in that too. Or, when you're meeting with meeting other peers, or in a career fair situation, the employers do like to see that you have some involvement on campus. Maybe if it's not even on campus, but what all are you doing besides going to school? That's what they're looking for there, is they want to see that you're a well-rounded individual. So they're wanting to hear about what are you involved in besides going to class. And one example with this outside of a student org would be study abroad. Have you had the opportunity to study abroad? What and where did you go? If you have not and you're looking towards studying abroad, then maybe you could mention it here as well. And then next, I think it's always great for you to add in your individual strengths. If you don't know what your strengths are, then you need to get with our office and take an assessment called StrengthsFinder. You have to know what you're good at if you're going to be able to talk about yourself, whether it's in your elevator pitch where you are trying to sell yourself, or in an interview. You have to know what you're good at and you have to be able to talk about it. So here, if you're going to add in your strengths, you're not going to go into great detail about what they are, but it's great to just go ahead and mention what your strengths are or how you're currently using them. And then the last thing you can have is, what are you looking for? What are you wanting to do? So this kind of ties up your elevator pitch in a nice little package, nice little bow. You're just winding it down and saying, what you're looking for. Are you looking for an internship? Are you looking for a full-time? Or if you're looking for a particular kind of role, you could add this in. This is going to work best in a career fair type setting, or if you're in a networking setting and you're meeting possible potential employers or recruiters. Okay, now we're going to go into just a sample elevator pitch, and I have each section in brackets. So starting here, what you can see here is the introduction, saying their name, where they're from, junior marketing major at Texas Tech, Rawls College of Business. Okay, so one thing missing here is what's their expected graduation date. You can maybe possibly grasp that since they said they were a junior, but graduation dates can vary from fall to spring. So I think that's why it's always good to go ahead and add in there, this person could be graduating in May, or they could be graduating in the summer or the next fall. So that's why it's always good. And the timing of that internship depends on when your expected graduation date is. In the next brackets, you can see they're going right into their student involvement. My involvement with Tech Marketing Association has helped me develop skills that I believe would make me a great member of your team. So obviously this pitch sounds like something that when you are introducing yourself, such as in a employer networking situation or a career fair. Next, in this sample pitch, they have gone straight into experience. So talking about most of their jobs while they've been in college, focused on customer service and sales. So that goes right along with marketing. And they're saying, so these are two skills that I feel come naturally to me. So this is also kind of combining experience with natural abilities and strengths. I was top sales associate for the quarter this summer with my internship at Rager Dykes Auto Group. So you can see that they're going into strengths, how they use their strengths. They've already had an internship. So this is a really good selling segment of this elevator pitch right here. And then lastly, what I really like about this in this sample is they're talking about, I know that Sewell is known for great customer service. Okay, so they're tying it up, they're getting to the end, and they're bringing in, showing that they did some research on. So this person is introducing themselves to Sewell Automotive. So they did some research and they know that Sewell is known for great customer service, which is true. So they're using this as an opportunity to show, hey, I'm interested in you. I've done some research on you, and this is, I know this is you're known for this. And then they're saying, I'm confident that I'd be a great fit for your team. So now they're starting to really sell themselves and put themselves in that position and show that they're a great fit. I'm excited about the possibility of working for you. So now showing interest, genuine level of interest, showing some excitement and some energy. And then lastly, this particular pitch sample is closing with a question, which is very, very good. It's a very good technique to use in a career fair situation, really in any networking situation, because when you close your pitch with a question, it's starting a conversation, which is really what you want to happen anytime you're giving your elevator pitch anyway. Yes, you're introducing yourself, but you're hoping that that will then in turn turn into a conversation. So when you end with the question, it's giving the opportunity for it to turn into a conversation, and then you're putting the ball in the other person's court and it's their turn to talk. So not only that, but this is also a really good question. What are some suggestions you have for me as an interested applicant to make myself stand out in the hiring process? So this pitch is filled of great technique, and at the end they're like showing just a high interest level and asking for some feedback. So this is just one way to do an elevator pitch. There's lots of ways that you can craft your pitch, but we wanted to just show you an example of some important segments of the pitch. But again, you just want to keep in mind that it has to be conversational and it has to be genuine and coming, from your heart. And that way, when you are delivering it, you're going to feel more confident, and you're going to enjoy it a whole lot more than if you're trying to just regurgitate some kind of speech that you have rehearsed. Thanks for watching.